I found on this planet. Everybody at one point in time is seeking for companionship. This morning on the program, we're going to be dedicating almost every single stop set to a love story today, because our conversations are heavy. But I want, as a reminder, at the back of your head, at the back of your mind, that it should be based on mutual respect, love, tolerance, and trust. My name is Jude. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
And now, hello Port Harcourt with Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Now, we start our conversation this morning inside Rivers looking at domestic violence. And wait, I don't think there is a pandemic, but if you get to sit down with some of the NGOs, some of the social welfare workers, they'll tell you that, look, there's a serious problem. And I remember last year or 2 years before, we had a Miringi here joining us. She says, look, dude, these problems are cultural. They are here. A lot of people are not reporting, and that's why it's continuing under the guise, of respect, under the guise of male dominance and all the other things. There's a culture of abuse, she says. But anyway, moving on. Today, we'd like to talk a little bit about domestic violence, and my question is this. Do you think couple counseling, is popular amongst you in River State? How many of you listening to us have agreed to go for counseling? How many of you have responded to counseling? You see, in another development, some residents in Port Harcourt are calling for the police to properly investigate the incident of gender-based violence. In the past, 10 days now, we've had about 2 or 3 reports. A partner pouring hot substance on the other. Someone complained, his wife ran away. This one has done that one. When you're online, ladies and gentlemen, you get to read a lot. And I mean, a lot of stories. But let's take a listen to the angle a lot of people are driving at. That is, investigation. And please, I'm saying, I personally think it's appropriate that proper investigations are carried out. I think it's only part of the process to improve our engagements, our interactions with one another, that proper investigations are actually carried out. I think it's a must in any scenario. Let all the facts be made bare. I totally agree.
If they're having problem in their marriage, they should just walk out of the marriage. Government should come into this matter. All those women that are doing that, they should just imprison them. Others will learn lesson.
This domestic violence is getting out of hand in River State. This is a barbaric act. Would I attach it to the economic situation in the country, or would I attach it because of there is no love again in the family?
The regret where they regret be say, if you know, now your husband, if you know do that kind of thing when do, it don't happen now. What you go feel do again?
I don't even know what marriage is turning into. If you feel he has offended you and then you cannot take it anymore, why are you taking laws into your hands? This is attempted murder. The man can actually die in the process. The government should look into it.
Even the woman now, anywhere she did now, she will be regretting it. That the powers of darkness, not the cause of these things. That woman need to be arrested anyway.
The powers of darkness. But is it really the powers of darkness? No, I'm not here to say it is or isn't. Please. I don't want us to turn this into a spiritual, conversation, spiritual dynamics. But if you do feel, we're welcome to hear those opinions shortly. But the question, once again, is this. Counseling. How popular is counseling for your friends, for you yourself, in River State? How many of you have attended counseling sessions? And no, I am not talking about those sessions where people have, come all of you who are married, singles are married, there's a big building, you all sit down, they give you some great words of encouragement, and I advise, and I actually recommend those kind of, outings where people can, shopping and get to know each other better, and then they give you guys some rice and stew, and then you all go home. No, I'm talking about where you, your spouse, your partner, whether it's your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your fiance, sit down in front of someone and then start to analyze what is going on in your life. And no, you shouldn't wait for when people are throwing sticks and stones before you do this. You shouldn't. During the lockdown, there was a very popular podcast that resonated, particularly amongst Africans. What's it called? It was Blue something, and it was basically between a young man and his girlfriend, /fiance, who sat down before a therapist, and they started to iron out their issues. It was about a 6-part series, right? And it got a lot of people talking back then. But here we are, 2023. And we're hearing these types of... Yes, you could argue that, yes, those people are more informed because it's happening in the UK. But here now, 2023, Mama Nkechi and Papa Nkechi, you are tying rapper. And you are throwing slabs, somersaulting. You need to hear the stories that we get to hear almost on a daily basis at this radio station concerning husband not touching wife well or giving the elbow here and there. You be amazed. So, pack your bags and your thoughts. Don't go anywhere because we want you to be in this conversation this morning. Once again, is couples counseling popular among you here in River State? Why are you not doing it? If it is or it isn't, let's get to hear from you.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
As always, do well turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. Do not make unsubstantiated and unverified claims. Very importantly, please do not make inciting statements. 08179230003. 08179230007. That's the number, or those are the numbers you can call. There's a call screener. Just drop your name and your location, and we have a great conversation with you. And then on Facebook and on X at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you'll find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeria Info PH. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416. 0809-030-6416. Straight off the bat, and came here says, Jude, the answer is a no. People in most cities, not just River State, do not go for couples counseling. The most they do is a form of counseling where they go to meet their pastor who decides to pray over them. But having people to sit down, analyze, be honest, speak to each other directly about their issues is a no. The best they do is family meetings, and unfortunately, these meetings are skewed in favor of the man. Muriel is speaking to us. Oh dear. Muriel, that's Muriel from Okrika. Muriel, if you can, please just return the call. So, Gabe says, look, most people don't go for counseling. The best they do is to go to a church, and then maybe the pastor says, pray and fasting, pray for your husband, pray for your wife, that kind of thing. I don't know if that's true. Okay, I don't know. I haven't been to couples counseling, but I don't know if it's true. But this part is the one that, piqued my interest. The fact that a lot of times it's family meetings that are called, and those family meetings apparently are skewed. Because that's what Nkem is saying. They are skewed. Do you agree? Zion speaking to us from GRA. Zion, good morning to you.
Yeah, Jude, good morning.
Good morning, please.
Counseling are not needed. That is not the solution. That is why people don't go there. Our fathers and mothers, they go for any counseling, yet their marriages last for years, 30, 40, 50, unto death. What we need today is deliverance.
Wow.
Deliverance and sacrifice. The day you meet a girl, you want to marry her. You love her so much, and she's not a virgin. Take her to a church for deliverance, or take her to your mother for deliverance, better still, or her own mother for deliverance, any of them that is alive, and they will give you an assignment for cleansing. A lot of our sisters today are possessed, soul tied, their soul has been tied to different men, and it's not to the husband that your soul is so strong enough to defeat all of them. The solution is deliverance. When you take her for that difference, we break her from all those curses and all those soul ties.
That's
See, if you like, go to the old dress.
so
If you like.
so
Even
that
go
so
to my
wait,
school dog.
Zion, are you saying that's the reason why husbands and wives are pouring each other hot water and throwing their clothes all over the place?
Do you know counseling they have gone to before they started pouring oil on themselves?
Okay, all right.
It's demonic.
Zion,
That thing that
call us
also
back.
is
Call us
demonic.
back. Let's hear from Muriel in Okrika. Muriel, good morning, please.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning, Muriel.
Thank you. You see, Jude, I don't know if this counseling, this couples therapy thing can become a career for some people. Some people can take it up.
There are people who are doing that.
Trust me. When you meet women, when you talk with women, so many people are just enduring in their marriages. So many women. I don't know, I've not talked to men, but so many women are just enduring the marriages. Some will say, because of my children. I just stay. Yes. But Jude, so many people are enduring, so many people are bitter with so many couples are bitter with each other. I don't know what led to that. And you see that some of them, they even dated. They dated for some time, even before they got married, and immediately they got married, one or two issues. Sometimes it's not even finance, Jude, because some of them they have money, they are well to do, but yet they are so embittered in their marriage. Jude, I want to plead with women. See, there are some things you do. You see this thing they call marriage. It's not even by age. You don't take it lightly. You don't just see something happening and that's why they say when you see something, say something from the beginning. That's for me. From the beginning, when you see something you don't like, you say it out. You say it out, you don't put it in your mind. If you're a person that couples, you put things in your mind, you don't gather it, and that is what leads to some of these women. They are not wicked, they are not evil at heart. There is kindness in them, but it's at the over time, opening up things, you're angry, you're not happy about things, you keep piling it up in your heart, at a point you explode, and you don't know yourself again, you begin to do. So, for me, Jude, what I try to do as much as I can is to make sure I keep myself as much as I can fit and attractive, no matter how long you are, no matter how fast you are.
All right, Miriam, we'll get back to you after the break. Right. So this morning we're talking about domestic violence in River State, and I'm not giving you stats or numbers. I just I'm asking this morning, as regarding trying to, solve the issue, manage the issue. Have you considered couples counseling? Is it popular? If it is or isn't, why are you or why aren't you going down the route of couples counseling? Now, our first caller says, no, that we don't need couples counseling. Couples counseling is not the solution. All you need is deliverance. That's an interesting view. Do you agree? If so, join the conversation. Now, if you're also opined that you would like more people, more places to be open, more centers where people can call in and maybe even go walking, sit down with their partner and have discussions, then tell us why you are convinced about that procedure. Now, the important thing to note here is that over the years, particularly the past 2 decades, in the West and indeed almost all over the world, we've seen more people seek help, get help, and be successful because of therapy, couples therapy. And this goes across board, even in companies. If companies can deem it fit to carry some form of, evaluation, some form of assessment, feedback mechanism between management and staff to the improvement of that particular cooperation, why then do you think marriages shouldn't do the same? Or is it once again a simple question of red chalk, red paint, some praying, some binding, some fasting, and some sacrifices? Let's hear from you.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
Well, Michael has joined us from Hospital Road. Michael, Hello? Good morning to you, please.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning, Michael.
Hey, thank you this morning for motivating me. I have to send text to 2 people. Thanking God, I found them.
Oh, that's nice.
I did.
That's nice.
That song was really great. The truth is that in this part of the world, we lack that counseling. Personally, if I see a place where that is done, I have it some medical centers. But sometimes when you go, the counseling, the therapist is nowhere to be found. And if you go if you say you want to go to Rumigo now, people will think that you have people will think you are mentally deranged. So it's something else. I'm telling you the truth. Personally, I do have. Sometimes I get depressed. I fall into depression every now and then. And people, instead of people encouraging, they'll take you to spiritual angle. It's demonic. It's satanic to be in that mood. Demonic. And instead of addressing the psychological aspect of one's spirit, they would opine it's darkness. Use that man's word. It is spiritual darkness. It is not. Counseling is very good. It is part of our life. Seriously, I'm just praying good-spirited organizations like Nigeria Info should come up with this every now and then. Especially at this time, it is not really easy. We need counseling in every aspect of our life.
All right.
Thank you, Jude.
Muriel is back from Africa. Muriel, welcome. Thank you for your patience. You were saying that before we had to go on the break that you try to keep your body nice and fine for your bobo, and that's how you try to...
Yes. So, Jude, do you know that before people decide to get married, at some point they love each other very well. And then every other man, every other woman does not appeal to you, just that person you want to settle down with. Then you ask yourself, all of a sudden, when you get into that arena called marriage, what happened? All of a sudden, that woman that was so beautiful, that was appealing to you, all of a sudden, you start getting irritated. Why? Now you now know that there are forces actually that are fighting marriages, and now that's how you need to work. You need to work personally and spiritually.
Okay.
I urge women to, if you not just pray for money, but pray for your marriages at every point in time. And our religious leaders, they should just remove their a little bit from money and begin to focus on marriages. begin to give sermons, because you see husband and wife wearing uniform in church, even deaconess and deaconesses in church. Trust me, they are tired of each other. Even pastors are tired of their wives. That's why you see that sometimes at the price of a pastor's wife, the next one is marrying again. You see that he's happy. So just another environment entirely. So I want to beg women, look, you cannot just praying and be praying and so and so. You need to take care of yourself. It is very important, Jude. When women are wired differently, we can say, hey, because of my children, I don't do it. But a man cannot endure that. If a man is wired differently. If he does not like something, he does not like it. You cannot force him. A woman can just pretend, even if she does not love the man again. But a man, if he does not love you again, it's very difficult to hold him down. So that's why you need to keep working on yourself. Whether you are fat, whether you have belly fat, whether you have acid, please, working on yourself.
But what about the man? Doesn't the man need? Hold on, Miriam.
You can't even arrange your clothes.
Hello, Miriam. Miriam, hi.
I'm listening.
Hi. I'm sorry to interrupt your train of thought, but what about the man? Doesn't the man need to do things to keep his wife engaged, attentive, responsive to him? Don't you think your husband, wears nice clothes to also impress you as well?
Look, Jordan, do you know that God made man from the soil? Then he made woman from flesh, from the ribs of man. So that is one difference that I see. A woman loves naturally. When a woman loves, trust me, she does not look at all these things. So a woman has loved the man. Even when a woman that has loved the man naturally does not pretend when she married this man, whether the man has gone blind, whether he ties the papa, whether an accident happened, he's now crippled. She still loves him. The woman is ready to stay. Even if the love has gone away, she's ready to just endure, just to stay with him for the rest of her life. But for the man, it's not like that. Women should begin to know. You cannot say, I love him as he day. Why you not love me as I day? I don't fat. I don't take care of children. No. Look, if a man is irritated, he's irritated. There's nothing you can do about it. If one herself cannot change it. So try as much as you can to pimp yourself. No matter, even if it's ordinary weaving, weave it. Rub powder, rub cream. Keep yourself neat. Keep your bedroom neat. Keep your house neat. A man will be at work, he will be irritated to even come home. House when you manage bills, house when you manage rent with money, you cannot even keep the house neat. You say, hey, not be children, not be this. Sorry, you will lose it because he cannot enjoy it. If you can, a woman can enjoy, but a man cannot enjoy. So I plead with women, as much as I want them to go on counseling, religious leaders should try as much as they can to be speaking on marriages, because they don't know, and they should know that couples are in churches, but they are tired of each other, they're irritated at each other.
Okay.
So to keep hitting it, try to bring back love in marriages.
All right, Miriam, thank you very much. I have to take more. I have to take comments, and they're coming in this morning thick and fast. Good morning, Jude. Like you played today, yesterday. Local favor is great. On your topic, counseling is needed and patronized informally. I can recount how many partners I have engaged to discuss their issues. Our culture has not helped this field, as it is a bit novel. More counseling professionals and institutions need to do better job at awareness and building trust so that the field can thrive. It is good for warring partners and will go a long way. Professor Linda with that comment. Thank you very much. Hello, Jude. Couple counseling is not popular because, number one, cost of counseling. Number two, each of the couple do not believe that they are wrong. So why should they go for counseling? 3, too much pride. Good morning. All right. Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to. That's not for us. Okay, it's not for us. Now, the only thing that's bringing problems in relationship is one thing. It is only when a man's sexual performance is not active as it used to be in the past. Every woman will start to make face and doing things that are uncalled for, and that will lead to problems. This is the only problem. Papilo from Bonny Island. Well, that's, apart from the fact that that's inaccurate, it is myopic, because just so you know, nobody's sexual performance, nobody's libido is going to remain the same throughout life. There are times, there are cycles where there will be variations, either through your age, either through your temperament, either through the external forces happening around you. Things will change. So it's not just your performance in the other room that's going to determine how happy your spouse is. It truly isn't. But once again, let's return to the foci, right? What are those things that would make someone not go to seek counseling? And why are those who are going not spreading the word about it? Why is it not popular in River State? Okonkwo is speaking to us from Rumbokuta. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Brother Jude.
Good morning.
On this matter, I want to start by saying that justice is the path to the prosperity of every family. So let justice reign. Brother Jude, the Almighty God initiated marriage. And he pointed out two major components. Number one is to love. The man is to demonstrate the love. The woman is to be submissive. This is where all the problems are coming from. And to be submissive means to be totally and completely obedient to somebody. And to love has to do with to love your wife with the whole of your mind and heart. But the problem is that men are not ready to love totally. And women are not ready to submit totally.
Okay.
So that is the problem. I'm concluding by saying let every married man do justice to his family.
Without justice, Okoko, without justice include going for counseling. You're obviously a married man. Have you ever gone for counseling?
If you go for counseling and you don't do the right thing, it will not work. Right thing must be done before going for counseling. Because the problem is a psychological problem. Let justice for the right thing be done. And problem will stop. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Echo is from Ada George. Echo, good morning to you, please.
Okay, good morning, Jude.
Good morning.
Jude, you see, most couples don't know what's going on. There's what they call zodiac signs.
Oh.
Most couples do not recognize that. You see, I have to call because this is my first time of calling into this radio, but I listen to you all the time. The zodiac sign is if you're not compatible with somebody, some of them start to fight, some of them start to do certain terrible things between themselves. But once you understand what zodiac sign is and check your zodiac sign and check your partner, it will help you a lot.
Really?
I have personal experiences and it works.
Okay, now Echo, let me pick your head. Let me pick your head right immediately. What zodiac signs, right, are very compatible?
Yes. You see, there are the water, there are the earth, there are the fire. Like I'm a Scorpio.
What does that mean?
I cannot yes, as a Scorpio, born between October, November, December.
Okay.
These guys cannot date ordinarily. Some other kind of because of our kind of temperament.
Okay.
So if you're dating somebody born in January, like the areas, they are more receptive. They believe in a strong man. You understand? So if you're a strong person and have a strong character, they actually receive you, as their own. But there are some other zodiac signs that are very powerful, like the Leos, the Libras. These are powerful signs, and these signs also do not actually feel very compatible with like the strong ones, like the Scorpios.
Okay, so let me ask you: would a Scorpio go well? Will it be compatible with another Scorpio, or a Libra compatible with another Libra, and so on and so forth?
Look at where it gets interesting, If as a Scorpio you can actually marry a Scorpio and you guys will do well, if you understand your sign. Because when you are angry, the other Scorpio may not be angry, but you can trigger that person. When you are not in a good mood, the other Scorpio will know you are not in a good mood and will not trigger you. So most of these people that you see for pouring hot waters and on top of each other are people that completely are not compatible at all, and they do not even understand their sign.
Interesting. Right.
Are you understanding me?
I do, and I'm pleased to have had this view this morning. I wasn't expecting to hear this morning, but hey, that's where we find ourselves. Like I always say, conversation station. WhatsApp now 009-030-6416 009-030-6416. Good morning, Jude. Anyone who's refusing to move with the times is going to be left in the past. We've always had counseling. We just didn't realize that they were counseling. When people will go and report to their pastors, to their daddy GOs and mommy GOs about what their husband or their wife had done, what do they think they were doing? It was a form of counseling. Counseling is not when somebody tells you go and do A, B, C alone. It's when the other person provides the atmosphere where you can speak freely, express the things that worry you, and more importantly, be open to receive criticisms as well. A lot of men and women are not open to that mindset. They only report to their daddy GOs and their mommy GOs and expect the same person to just miraculously point to where the problem is, aka the village people. Just small conversation. They just started to drag village people. Village people. What do? Hey. Good morning, Jude. That young lady just said it all. I mean, she made a very valid point in assessment towards the problem spouses are having. So many marriages are facing social challenges, pressure, lack of understanding on their part. Maxwell from Port Harcourt. Hello, Jude. 1. Most pastors will use your case to preach in church. If and when you confide in them, some would say the people who are counseling have problems too. So who will advise whom? Virginity has nothing to do with love and unity of any family. Many a man has left their virgin wives who couldn't give birth to a tackle if the offending party isn't willing to budge or change. What is left to do but leave? Ella in Port Harcourt. Ene is speaking to us from Umbolu. Ene, good morning to you and welcome to Hello Port Harcourt.
Good morning, Ogaji.
Good morning. Please, can you turn off your radio set or step away from the radio, please?
The challenge we have is not just all about counseling. The major problem is that Christianity has given us wrong information. For instance,
how so?
When you wed in the same church. And at the end of the day, you find out that the couples are going to different churches. You don't expect me to respect the other pastor or my wife respect the other pastor. That is number one. Number two, most times they say, don't wash your dirty linen outside. But at the end of the day, that dirty linen is already outside. When we are supposed to manage our problem, I said, no, don't allow the third party to hear it. Don't allow the other person to hear it. We keep it within ourselves until the thing escalates. What we attract the entire globe. So the problem we have is that we have to go back to our drawing board, where the woman will listen to the mother-in-law, where the son-in-law will listen to the mother-in-law. But today we no longer. Let me give you an example. A woman visited the son, and until the woman went back, the daughter-in-law could not associate or greet her in the house. And this woman stayed barely 1 month in the house. She was sick. So what do you expect from that kind of marriage? So if only we go to the drawing board where the couples, I remember in the days of my father, my mother was of Anglican church. My father doesn't go to any church. But do you know that anytime they go to their church, let me use that language and come back. What my father brought from that room, my mother will cook it. Me, my father, and all that siblings, we eat out of it. But today, No woman wants to do that. Just like what somebody rightly said, no respect. So the church just gave us a kind of a wrong message at the middle of our life. And we follow that message. And that is what is causing chaos. If not, marriage was not like this.
So, I'm going to ask you, would you and your wife opt for couples counseling if you start to have problems?
Sure, of course.
Okay. Christian is in our order. Good morning to you, Christian.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good my side of your people. See, the only thing that can save marriage, number one, avoid top party. Number two, avoid fundamental rights.
I don't understand. What do you mean we should avoid fundamental rights? I'm confused.
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. You then, when I say fundamental rights, you are a lawyer or you are a soldier or you are this. It's aside, not in your own family. You and your wife supposed to have understanding, common understanding. If you are right or you are wrong, your wife should understand you. And you should not go to the third party. Avoid third party, that right. You should try and understand yourself. Either potential aspect or for any other thing. The family will even achieve one for counseling, but not.
Okay, Christian, let me ask you, would you and your wife go for couples counseling if you people start to quarrel tomorrow?
Who is to perform the counseling?
A counselor.
Is a human being like me?
Yes.
No, human. Because the person that will come still have his own side
problems.
Where it always go wrong.
Okay, but Christian, but if that's how you think, why then do you go to the doctors? Why then do you go to the mechanic? The mechanic is a human being like you, but he's specialized in fixing cars. The doctor is a human being like you, but specialized in treating people. So why then do you go to these people if they're humans like you with their own problems?
Oh, patent's life, like doctor. You understand? The patent's life, then the engineer, the patent's repairing of things. But in terms of God's work, because we only believe that person that can castle us, man of God. And man of God, see, what difference between man of God and we? It's just that we don't devote our time to God.
So you would go to the man of God.
Yes.
Okay. What if I tell you going to the man of God is also part of counseling?
It's for some other people that cannot.
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. All right. Let's continue. Let's go read more messages. Okay. Now. Okay. Good morning, Jude. The problem is that most of the people you want to go for counseling, those are the people who you want to go for them to counsel you, have marital problems that are worse than your own. Divine says. Okay. Hello, Jude. My dad is a counselor, but returns home to beat the living daylight of my mom and I. What? Hey, Sonobla. I have to read this. My dad is a counselor, but returns home to beat the living daylight out of my mom and I. The day I broke the bottle on his head, he was busy strangling my mom. Was the day I opened up and told both of them to get a divorce or I will end my life. Jude, it was traumatic. And currently, I am scared of getting married. I think you need to speak to somebody, a counselor. And no, this is actually honest to God advice. There are counselors, there are psychiatrists, there are therapists at the University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital, at the the River State Teaching Hospital. Please, you need to speak. This is serious. This is serious. Thomas is Nozoba. Thomas, we have a minute for you, please.
All right. Good morning, Jude.
Good morning, Thomas.
Okay. Concerning the issue on drone, believer or someone that had little knowledge, I have discovered that the only reason why people suffer is because they lack knowledge in certain aspects, especially where they are having challenges on. Now, people spend years going to study different courses that will put food on their table or maybe give them a good life, but people rarely give time to study about marriage and relationships. Another problem people have is this: they believe that their partner should be perfect, while we all know that human being is an imperfect being. So if you are an imperfect being and you are expecting perfection from another imperfect being, that is really wrong. Some persons might say that is insanity. So people need to give time to studying about relationships, about marriage. There are people that are trained in that respect.
There are counselors.
Somebody called and was like, you may not be able to go to another human being to seek help. But that is wrong.
Okay. Thomas, thank you very much. We have to go on the break. More after this.
Stay with us. Nigeria Info.